I learned Spanish before I learned how to speak English. I know Spanish because my parents speak Spanish and because I was in a bilingual program in elementary here in Texas. And I think that's the only reason why I know Spanish. But my knowledge of Spanish, I think it is a little extraordinary because for a lot of people, I don't supposed to speak Spanish very well because every time that I go to Mexico, sometimes, someone would ask me like, how can you speak Spanish very well if you were born and raised in the United States? That is because, it is true that a lot of people that are born and raised here in the States, especially from parents who are from Mexico, from a Latin American country, they don't really speak Spanish that well. I mean, not everybody, of course not. Of course not, but it's like, like a stereotype. I believe the reason why I can speak Spanish very well is because I also made an effort when I was younger. When I was about 15 years old, I made a conscious decision to improve my Spanish. I already knew Spanish. I knew how to talk Spanish, of course, because it's my native language. But I didn't know a lot of words like, for example, I didn't even know when I was like 17, believe it or not, that schedule meant horario or programa in Spanish. But I remember one time the bell rang in my high school and I was curious about how do I say schedule in Spanish. So I started running. Well, not really running, but I kind of like I was walking in a hurry because I wanted to be able to ask someone that I knew that he was from Mexico. So I just wanted to ask him like, ¿Cómo se dice schedule en español? And he told me, horario, programa. So you see, I didn't even know, the correct way of probably very common vocabulary in a Spanish-speaking country. So it is interesting, but I made the conscious decision to learn Spanish. So I started listening to more Spanish music. I started reading in Spanish. I started studying the Real Academia. So that's what I did. Thank you.